Welcome to the Cozy Club, friends. I hope my book lovers out there are excited for today's video because the TBR jar, aka very cute cup and saucer, is going to be selecting my September reads, and I'm hoping for some uplifting spring vibes in there, but we will see what awaits me. I think it is time for a cup of tea myself, so grab yourself a cuppa and let's get into the video. I'm having my latest obsession. It is a dandy chai, very warming and cozy. Now, before we consult the TBR jar, I am already going into this month with some books on the roster. If you watched my books I read in August video, you would know that I read a lot, and I did overwhelm myself a little bit with the amount that I was consuming and didn't quite get through all of them. So I've just got a smidge left of the Fairvale Ladies Book Club by Sophie Green to get through, but that should be done by the first week of September. And then hopefully by mid-September, I should be finished this one, A Court of Mist and Fury, which I am loving so far. I'm actually liking it way more than the first book, but she is a chunker. So I'll be settling in and really trying to smash that out over the next couple of weeks so that I have my roster free for some of the ones that the TBR Cup and Saucer are going to select. I currently have 17 books sitting in my cupboard over there that are on my physical TBR, but every time I go to the library, they have new books in there and just so many things that I want to read. I would like to go in and take a photo of every book that I want to read from there, but with Hunter running around, it's kind of a little bit hard to indulge and peruse the aisle. So I'm going to start by picking out 3 of these, and we'll see the thickness and density and mental strenuousness of them as to whether we pick out a 4th or not. So first book that the TBR jar suggests for me is Before the Coffee. I'll just pick them out and then I'll go grab them and we can read the backs together. Be excited. Okay, second one is, oh, I've got 2 lots of Before the Coffee. I didn't realize that I'd put it in there twice. Okay, we've got 1 then. We've got 1 currently. All right, next one, I've got Christmas Tree. Not really the time of year for that, but that's all right. I can get behind it. And then the third one, we've got Opt Out Family. Let me go grab those. So here is what we have so far. So let's start off with the first one that the TBR jar picked out for me. It is Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu Kao. Oh, look, I'm gonna butcher this person's name, but that is how it is spelled anyway. And this was actually my sister's and she's loaned this to me. So I'm glad that the TBR jar picked this out for this month because I don't like holding on to other people's stuff because I get very anxious when other people are borrowing my things because sometimes they don't come back to me or they take an extended period of time to come back to me. So I like to get other people's stuff back to them ASAP. So I'm keen to get onto this one. It says on the back, if you could go back, who would you want to meet? In a small back alley in Tokyo, there is a cafe which has been serving carefully brewed coffee for more than 100 years. This coffee shop offers its customers a unique experience, the chance to travel back in time. In Before the Coffee Gets Cold, we meet 4 visitors, each of whom is hoping to make use of the cafe's time-traveling offer in order to confront the lover who left them, receive a letter from their husband whose memory has begun to fade, see their sister one last time, and meet the daughter they never got a chance to know. But the journey into the past does not come without risks. Customers must sit in a particular seat. They cannot leave the cafe, and finally, they must return to the present before the coffee gets cold. It's a beautiful, moving story exploring the age-old question, what would you change if you could travel back in time? Very kind of drama-filled, intriguing sort of storyline. I'm keen to give this one a read. My sister and I do not share the same tastes in virtually anything, but she recommended this, said that it was a good read and that I would likely like it. So I'm hoping that she is going to be correct there. The second book that the TBR jar picked out was this one, The Opt Out Family, How to Give Your Kids What Technology Can't. I do my own tech-free days and have really been trying to, I guess, put boundaries in place for my personal tech use, and then be very conscious of that when it comes to Hunter, and not raising him to be dependent or addicted to technology, and to be able to just live like just that wonderful childhood that I and so many other people got to live, where we're going outside and we're playing and we're using our creativity and imagination. But I do know that it is a brave new world out there. And as parents, we all have our own values and decisions to make when it comes to what extent, if at all, we're exposing our kids to technology, particularly social media. And I really just want to get some insight and inspiration on that. So that's why I bought this one. It says on the back, do you know the people under your roof better than their devices do? That is the question. The statistics are grim. Excess screen time is eroding our society, interrupting family rhythms and disconnecting us from our closest relationships. From toddlers to teen to grown-ups, technology has a grip on all of us. So how do we liberate our families? In the Opt-Out Family, former online influencer and trailblazer Erin Loescher reveals the secret strategies of tech wizards and platform experts to uncover what exactly makes devices so addictive, and how to use Silicon Valley's billion-dollar strategies to engage and delight your family in screen-free ways. The result is a smart, timely playbook for transforming your family's relationship with today's ever-evolving technology. Inside, you'll learn how to experience quality time that helps you renew connection and strengthen bonds, create healthy, loving habits as a family, discover what your kids actually need from you, hint, it's not what you think, and establish true and lasting influence within your four walls and far beyond. Want to reclaim your home and build a tech-free family culture that's stronger than your Wi-Fi signal? Start here. So very excited about this. It's kind of giving a little bit of Stolen Focus, because he talked about all of those different concepts in there in terms of like the strategies that Silicon Valley tech wizards use to hook us into social media and technology. So I think there might be a little bit of a double up, but hopefully there'll be additional sort of insights there as well. Now, the last one that came out was the Christmas Tree Farm by Laurie Gilmore, but I'm going to do something that is potentially disruptive, I guess, to the whole idea of a TBR jar, and I'm going to swap this one out because I also have the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. And this is the second book in the series, and I don't know necessarily if you have to read them in order or if you can sort of read them as a standalone book, but if you have to read them in order, I kind of need to. In saying that, like, I also would love to be able to read this around Christmas time. So even like November or December, if the TBR jar wizard can make a way for that to happen, that would be great. So, I mean, obviously this is kind of giving a lot more autumn vibes as opposed to spring, but I just think it's a little bit more seasonally appropriate. It says on the back, when a secret message turns up hidden in a book in the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, Hazel can't understand it. As more secret codes appear between the pages, she decides to follow the trail of clues. She just needs someone to help her out. Gorgeous and outgoing fisherman Noah is always up for an adventure, and a scavenger hunt sounds like a lot of fun. Even better that the cute bookseller he's been crushing on for months is the one who wants his help. Hazel didn't go looking for romance, but as the treasure hunt leads her and Noah around Dream Harbor, their undeniable chemistry might just be as hot as the fresh out of the oven cinnamon buns the bookstore sells. Now, I'll be completely honest with you on this. I bought the 3 books in this series. There is more, because the covers were very aesthetic. But when I read the first one, it's not that I didn't like it, I just didn't like it that much. And it was like very highly popularized, like TikTok made me buy it, like Instagrammable type book. So obviously I fell victim to the trends, and I read it and it was kind of like a little bit meh. They were trying to be spicy, but it just wasn't happening. And I just felt like the cozy essence of the book was sort of missing, and it felt like a little bit rushed and cliche. I'm hoping that, considering that this is her second novel in the series, it will be a little bit better. I have heard that that is the case, that they get better over time. So I'm hoping that that's going to be what's happening here. Now I have picked 3 out from the TBR jar, but I do think that these 2 are going to be probably quite easy reads. This one's probably going to be a little bit more dense. So I'm just going to pick out an extra one just in case I need a little bit of a backup. And if I feel so inclined, I can also hit up the library. I'm kind of hoping we get either like a thriller or maybe some other non-fiction. Let's see. You'll Be the Death of Me. Looks like we're going with a bit more of a crime thriller type angle. I'll grab that for you. All right, I'm glad we picked this one because not only is it going to sort of balance the content out a little bit more, but this one has existed on my TBR for quite some time, so I really need to get it read. It's You'll Be the Death of Me by Karen M. McManus, and it's from the series of One of Us is Lying. 3 friends with secrets to hide, one shocking murder. Will the truth ever come out? Skipping school is fun until someone gets murdered. True. Ivy, Mateo, and Cal used to be close, best friends back in middle school. So when Cal pulls into campus late for class and runs into Ivy and Mateo, they decide to ditch school, just like old times. But they're not the only ones skipping school that day. When the trio spot classmate Brian Mahoney acting suspiciously downtown, they follow him into an empty building and walk straight into a murder scene. Now that their day of freedom has turned deadly, it's only a matter of time before the truth comes out. I have read the other 4 books in this series. They're not necessarily related, all of them. You can read them as standalones, and it seems like this one is definitely going to be the case there. A very easy YA crime thriller, if you will, and I think that that is going to round out my September TBR quite nicely. So this is what we ended up with. We've got 2 books to finish off and then 4 brand new books on the roster, and I am looking forward to September as a reading month. Make sure you list down in the comments below what books you're planning to read this September, and if you have read any of those, let me know in the comments what you rated them, what you thought of them, so that I can get a little bit of a hint of what's to come, hopefully goodness. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe down below. I upload new ones every single week. With that being said, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your week, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye guys.